Okay. This is a video about how religious liberals fuck up things. Now, there are some good aspects to liberal religion. Less controlling, less shaming, more accepting of letting people do what they want. But there's also some drawbacks. One drawback is that liberal religionists have never spent one day in a conservative religion. And so when they have concerns about conservative religion, they try to use their brain to think up ways to address that. And they can't really come to grips with the fact that it might actually be religion that's the problem, for some reason, I don't know why. And so they think it's like economics or something else, something besides religion. Whereas some conservative religions can be really quite damaging on people, controlling, so on and so forth. So there's that. But another problem with liberal religion and liberal culture maybe is that there's kind of this deal where if you think people are having too many babies in some third world country, that means you shouldn't have any babies at all yourself. It's sort of like a proxy apology for what you think someone else is doing bad. And so that's kind of stupid too. It's sort of like your right to be a zero. Like, who's going to care that you're even alive in 100 years? So yeah, you can choose to be a zero if you want, but is that really a good idea? Anyway, you could spend your life just kind of dinking around, traveling or having fun, or maybe having a career and not a family. That's nice. That's the most, if you think the most important thing is for you to do whatever you think is best, even if it means 100 years people won't know who the hell you are, that's good. That's fine. But if you're going to do that, then maybe you should at least choose a career where you're making some contribution. Like a scientist or a great artist. Things like that. So, and I think having kids does require that at least one parent devote some less time to a career. You can't do everything at once. And you shouldn't expect that you or anyone should or could. It's just doesn't work that way. And if you try to make it work, something is going to suffer. Your family's going to suffer. You spend too little time around them, You can't just have the babysitter take care of your kid all day long. So I'm not saying don't have a career, but I'm saying, someone's got to stay home with the kid, for hell's sakes. At least for some of the time. At least when they're younger. That's the bottom line. So, I'm all for burning bras. I think that, women should wear bras anyway if they don't want to. So let's burn all the bras you want. That's fine with me. But don't spend all your life just kind of staring at your own navel. Spend some time staring at someone else's navel instead, and maybe you'll end up being happier, even if the liberal meme set says that you can do anything you want, and boy howdy, you can just have a career and a family and everything and all together. And if anybody says different, well they're a blankety blank blank, whatever. So there's that situation. So anyway, that's my comment about that. But there's these liberal religionists who think that they're kind of a little bit uneducated, even though they're kind of liberal, but they still kind of have a dumb shit streak. For example, the people who think that that there's anything to psychics or crystals, other than the fact that having pretty rocks around might help you feel better, just because they're pretty rocks, you know, or readers, or fortune tellers, that whole type of thing. And also people who think that Deepak Chopra, anything that comes, any more than 1% of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is somehow of any value, or truthful, or factual, or anything like that. And so, just kind of this, not every view is of equal value, and pretending like it is not honest, and not honest about history, the history of science and religion, and so on. So, anyway, that's that.